No crack line there.
Oh, you bugger. Gotta get me some flappy paddles. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right, so first up we've got Biddy, one of our regular members, who basically mentioned to me a couple of weeks ago about launching something on the YouTube. So here we are. We thought we'd start with Biddy himself, and it's basically called The Faces Behind the Cars. So we've got Biddy here. You alright, mate?
Alright, mate.
And this is his Focus ST, and we just want to talk about what you've done to it. So how long have you owned it, Biddy?
Since April. Not long. About 3 months.
Okay, what Ford did you have before this one?
It was the ST220 Mondeo.
Okay, and what made you change from the ST220 to a Focus?
Well, it wasn't my first choice. I was looking at another Mondeo.
Okay.
And then I just spotted this and I thought I'll give the Focus a try.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, for me, I came from a Mark III Mondeo, and basically by doing the ST Owners Club and I was around these 5-pots, I just couldn't not have one. I thought you was going to say that, to be fair. So yeah, I can see some quite shiny parts here under the bonnet. So tell us a little bit about what you've done to the car.
Well, the previous owner, he did most of it. He did the block mod. He also
Shout out to Auto Mods, by the way. It was Mark that did the Auto Mods block mod.
It's got the full AirTech induction kit. I've put the plenum on. It's an actuator.
You did that yourself, did you?
No, Matt did that.
Oh, I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you how you fitted it, etc. But yeah,
No.
Shout out to Matt. He'll be watching this video. Thank you for helping Biddy on that.
Yeah, it's been lowered. It's got 20mm spacers on just to get that nice stance. Not got any other body kit on it, so I quite like the clean look.
You like this sort of like OEM plus look?
Yeah.
That's what we're going for, yeah. So
It's got the RS slam panel with airflow director.
yeah, with a Group A filter, yeah.
Yeah, it's got the RS radiator, RS plugs.
Yeah, so you've done quite a lot of work to it in the short space. Mind you did say that some of it was already done.
The previous owner did quite a bit of work to it.
And I must say it's finished in the best colour that they made an ST, which is red. Yeah, so what was your first car, Biddy? I'd like to ask you that.
My very first car when I passed my test was a Renault 21.
Like me then, it wants a Ford. I didn't know if you was Ford through and through, but...
I have had a lot of Fords.
Yeah.
My first Ford was a Sierra.
All right.
2-litre GL, nice black pot wheels. It looked nice, just the smaller engine.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't afford the big sporty type cars, but and then I had a 2.8 Granada, and then I had a Cortina, Mark III, then Mark II Escort, Mark III Escort, Mark IV Escort, Cabriolet. That was quite sporty.
Quite a few Fords then, Biddy.
Yeah, even a transit van.
Look, we love a transit van as well, guys, don't we? Yeah. We love a transit van on the channel. So yeah, thanks for coming on today, Biddy, and speaking to us.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that, mate, and thank you for the idea. Right, guys, so we've got Steve Smedley here with his Mark 7 Fiesta. He's a regular of the club. We've got our livery on the car for a start, but yeah, we appreciate the amount of shows and meets you attend with us, Steve, and we'd just like to bring you onto the YouTube channel just to basically put the face behind the car, so everybody will know the car.
Yep.
So yeah, this is Steve. Just tell us a little bit about what you've done to the car. I've noticed you've changed the bumper since you last came on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
So if you do actually want to see a full feature of this car is actually on the YouTube channel as a full feature, and basically Steve let me loose in it with his hybrid turbo. So yeah, so just for the purpose of this video, Steve, just tell us a little bit what you've done to it.
Done to it, put the RS bumper on.
Yeah, that's within the last couple of weeks, isn't it?
That's start of this show season.
Yeah, start of this show
Something
season,
different.
yeah.
It's all carbon fibre, mirrors, steering wheel.
What stage is it classed as with your hybrid turbo on there?
Stage 3 now.
Stage 3 now. Did you have a figure that it pulled? Has it been on a dyno?
Just under 300. It did.
And in these guys, it's literally just like being in a pocket rocket. I remember when these cars first came out, and there was me and Mark going round track at Ford Fair in our 5-pots, and you get these little Fiestas coming past you like you're standing still, to be fair.
They're still doing
The
that.
power to weight ratio. Well, you like to think so, don't you, Steve? But only in Mexico, eh? So, what? I know what car you had before you had this, but for the guys watching the video, tell us what car you had before this one.
Was a Focus ST170.
Yeah,
Had that for 10 years. And then
and a lovely car it was as well.
that was all hydro dip from Sean, chrome engine bay, everything.
And this is the thing that I love about the Ford community, is that the buyer that actually bought the Focus off Steve is actually in the club and comes to the shows, so you still see
And
it.
still lives at the other end of the country.
Yeah, but unfortunately he's not here today, but he does come to some of the shows.
He comes to the bigger shows and things.
Yeah, so another little question for you, Steve. What was your first car?
My first car, as long as you don't laugh, I had
promise
2
that.
cars on the day I passed my test.
Yeah, 2?
Yeah.
Okay,
I went and bought a Reliant Robin
yeah,
and a Mini
right.
on the very day I passed my test.
So what was the first Ford that you owned?
It was an XR2. Mark
XR2?
one.
Yeah. Did you have many more after that, or
It's just been Fords from then.
Fords from then? So a bit like me, started off on the wrong foot and then got into Fords and never looked back, basically.
No.
So have you got any future plans for the car?
It wants a half cage in it, false floor, maybe a bit more power.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about putting a roof scoop on there?
No. It's been in the shed for 2 years.
Oh, he needs to get his finger out, doesn't he, and get it on. But yeah, thanks Steve for coming on and, you know, putting a face to the car. Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, mate.
Right, so next up we've got Chris with his Mark II Focus. Thanks for coming on.
No problem,
And
Rich.
putting your face on YouTube to the car. Chris does come to quite a few events with us, ST Owners Club. Tell us a little bit about what you've done to your car.
Well, I had it about 2 years.
Yeah,
I stepped up from an XR Vauxhall VXR, right?
yeah.
Prefer this better, as you recommended. All I've done, split a kit,
Yeah, I remember you telling me you got
Yeah.
the splitter kit. Lowered or anything?
coilovers,
Any engine mods?
Pro Sport coilovers.
Any
all the
engine
way
mods?
around. No, only the air filter. That's
Okay,
it.
so
No.
not done a major
I have,
amount,
got
but
an, I have got an intercooler to put on.
yeah, that doesn't matter.
So-
Yeah, that's fine. So you've had the car 2 years. What's your future plans for it? Have you got anything you'd like to do?
Well, intercooler.
Yeah,
Probably change the back spoiler when I can.
yeah. What are you going to go for? You're going to go for the big WRC wing or like RS?
No, just the RS one.
You fancy an RS spoiler?
And I've got a new wing to put on that side because it's as Fords are.
Yeah.
The rot. So I've got a new wing to go on there, and then apart from that, everything spot on.
What was your first car that you ever had?
A Mini.
It was a Mini, so your first car wasn't a Ford.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a pattern going on here, guys.
I had 4 Minis.
Yeah,
Then I went to XR2.
okay,
Then XR3.
right,
Well, XR3 lookalike.
yeah,
And then I went from that to a Vauxhall Vectra. And I
right.
had all Vauxhalls.
Oh no,
And then
sorry to the Vauxhall owners.
and then I had to come back to Ford.
That's come back to Ford. What was it? Was it your brother that inspired you? Because he had a Mark II Silver ST, didn't he?
Well, yeah.
Did that inspire
It was
you to
as well.
get this?
It was you
Oh,
as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so brother had the same one as me,
Yeah.
but I had mine first.
Oh, you had yours
Yes.
first.
Then my brother had his own.
Ah, fair
But
enough.
as I am, I keep my cars, he don't.
Yeah. Yeah. All right then, Chris. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming on today,
Thank
mate.
you very much, yeah.
Right, guys. Next up, we've got Scott, also known as Scotty, with his Mark 6 Fiesta. Hello, Scott. Welcome to the channel. Tell us a little bit about what you've done to your car.
Well, basically, yeah, just to start off with, I've done, as you can see, a Ruse Motorsport pipe with a ram air induction kit.
Yeah.
Couple blue bits under the engine bay, obviously more blue bits to come.
Yeah.
RS vents
On the top here, yeah.
done
They're
by
nice.
Nick Wiley.
Okay, nice little bit of advertisement for Nick. Vented on Facebook. If anybody wants any events doing, give him a little, give him a little message.
It's dropped on 35mm AMAX springs.
Yeah, it does sit really well, doesn't it?
Yes. It
And
certainly
do you know
does.
what wheels they are? They're very bright, but I do like it. Just go with the theme of the car.
I've been told that there are a couple wheels. Some people says they're BK racing wheels,
Right.
but I can't confirm that as of yet until I double check that. But the colour of all the pinstriping and everything,
Yeah.
that's Olympic blue,
Okay.
obviously because it stands out quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's had,
You've got a spoiler extension on there.
it's got a TRC kit all around with a TRC metal spoiler extension.
Yeah.
It's had a rear wiper delete kit.
Yeah.
It's had a custom rear diffuser made up.
What about exhaust system?
It's
Let's
got-
talk about performance-y things. So, have you got a sports exhaust on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got a custom chrome racing exhaust all the way from the cat, which has got the standard cat at the moment,
Yeah.
straight to a resonator,
Yeah.
and then all the way back chrome exhaust with a custom muffler on the back,
Lovely.
sounding lovely.
Yeah, I must say she's looking great. Have you got any future plans for modifications at all?
Plenty, basically.
Yeah? Give us a little bit of a idea of what you're going to do next to it,
Next
or
will
what
be
you'd like to do next.
turbo, hybrid turbo,
Yeah.
custom manifolds,
I'm just going to be one to watch then, guys. This one, by the looks of it.
and then I'm gonna nip down to Marquardt Auto Mods.
Yeah.
Get all the hoses in the engine bay changed to silicone blue,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then polybrush the hole underneath of the car,
Yeah.
half cage the back of the car,
Yeah.
and then there's many more to go on.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing it, mate. Just a little question then. What was your first car?
Well, my first car was a purple Mark 6 Fiesta,
Okay.
1.4 litre.
Yeah.
Sadly, that blew up on the way to this show last year.
Yes, I remember that actually.
And then I went on to a blue Mark 6 Fiesta, a 1.3 litre,
Yeah.
which sadly got wrote off,
Yeah.
which I got the money from that
Yeah.
to get this.
Okay. Yeah. So this is your. So you've had 3 cars. This is your third one.
Yes.
Third time lucky then, hopefully.
Well, yeah, hopefully.
All right, and Scott, thank you very much
all
for
right.
coming on the channel today and
It's a pleasure.
putting a face behind the car.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, next up we've got Daz. Daz is a long-term member of ST Owners Club, so I'm pleased he's coming on and giving us a little bit of a talk about his car. Welcome, obviously, to YouTube, Daz.
Thank you.
Yeah, so how long have you owned this now? It's been a while, hasn't it?
13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about what you've done to it, because I can see a lot of work and know a lot of work's gone into this.
Basically, it was just plain red when I got it.
It used to have the stripes on, didn't it?
Yeah, I put the stripes on first and then got fed up with them, changed them. Everybody usually goes black plastics, I changed them to white, white wheels.
And it works, it looks.
Yeah.
So looks fantastic.
Put the mirrors under the bonnet.
So you've got some, dress up parts on there.
Yeah, a few bits. Performance-wise, it's just got an induction kit and a catback exhaust power flow.
Fair enough, yeah.
Full leather, red leather interior.
Yeah, which is a rarity, isn't it?
Yeah. Upgraded stereo, all the speakers.
Yes. Looks, it always has and it always will. It looks fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
A really nice car to have on the stand.
Gets a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And it's more well known than what I am.
Yeah. Well, this is the whole point of doing these bit of a video. Put the face to the car, so people can, sort of like get to know the people that own them. Mm-hmm. What was the first car that you ever had?
A Mark III Ford Escort in blue.
Okay. Has it always been Fords for you, or?
I've had more Fords than anything else. I've had Rovers in the past. I've had a C4 Picasso people carrier.
Yeah.
But we got rid of that because we had my other 2 children were at home, so that's 4.
Yeah.
We had a Kia Sedona at one bit.
Yeah.
And then I went straight back to Fords.
Yeah.
And
obviously it's a
XR4 before.
You've got a bit of a Ford family. I know things have changed a bit recently, but the daughters grew up and they had Fords, and Charlie's still got hers.
Yeah, she's still got hers. My wife's got a Galaxy, so
so
she's in the Fords.
Another Ford lover, eh?
Yeah.
What was your car before this?
It was a Mondeo.
Okay.
I had a Mark III Mondeo.
Okay.
2-litre Gear X.
Okay.
In the octane blue. It was a lovely car.
Yeah.
So
just fancied something a little bit sportier and
yeah,
that's good.
So, and I bought this, like I say, it was just plain when I got it. So I started adding bits to it just to make it look different, make it mine.
Yeah, that's it. And you've done that, and you've done a great job.
Make it stand out.
Have you got any future plans for it?
I would eventually like to put a turbo on it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still umming and ahhing.
Because it's been such a reliable car?
Exactly, yeah, because touch wood's not let me down yet.
Yeah.
So,
all right, mate. Well, thank you for coming on the channel.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for supporting the club when you do, mate.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Right, guys, this lovely car here is owned by Marek.
Hi, Rich.
We had a good conversation, didn't we? Many conversations on the Isle of Wight. So
absolutely.
This will be nice and easy video.
Yeah.
So this is Marek's Focus ST. Tell us a little bit about what you've done to it.
Well, where do I start? I mean, I've done a lot of things to it, really.
Yeah, just give us a basic rundown. What sort of like mods? What sort of do you know what power it's running?
It's roughly 300 horsepower, so it's the standard stage 2 kind of thing with all the bolt-ons. KMS exhaust, and it has a power flow resonator.
Yeah.
So it's not straight through, but it's fairly loud and sounds good.
Okay, mate, yeah. So something that I'd like to put out there, because I think they're amazing. Marek actually has his own company, making the grills. So tell us a bit about what your company is called, and we can talk about the grills.
Okay, so the company is called Reinforced Car Components.
Yep.
And this car really just started all this. Inspired me to do all that.
Make things.
To make things, yeah.
And then I'm guessing you've had people also want them, which is called, it's sort of like opened the market up, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've made my first prototype, just put it on my car, put it out there on Facebook, and people started saying, oh, you should start selling these.
Yeah.
So that's what I've done, I've just invested a lot of time in it, and I just started making bits and pieces, just whatever was on my mind.
And something I really like on your car are these, we'll get a close-up shortly, these RS vents, but they've got the clear centres. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I always thought that it was a shame that you have a hole in your bonnet, but you can actually see into your engine bay.
Yeah, but with this, it's like a dual purpose. You can see into the engine bay, but also you've got the vent there, which is venting as well. So What was your first car that you ever owned?
It wasn't a Ford, funny enough.
There's a pattern going on here. There's a lot of people here today that didn't start off with a Ford.
It was a Volkswagen Polo 1.4. It was on coilovers, and it was so stiff that I remember just driving around, and I was literally spilling my coffee while driving over the bumps. So, I mean, this is definitely an upgrade.
Yeah. What came after that?
After this, I had a Mini.
Okay. Let's. There might be a long list here, so let's cut to it. Is this the first Ford that you owned?
No, it's not.
What was the first Ford that you owned?
It was a ST, but it was Mark III.
Okay.
You know, the EcoBoost.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you run into problems with that, or?
No, I just, you know, in all honesty, I just got bored of it.
Yeah.
And I always loved the sound of these.
Yeah.
So
the 5 cylinders is definitely the best sounding engine.
The 5 cylinders.
You know, there are some lovely sounding engines out there, but I mean, I like a V8 myself, but the 5-pot for me is just fantastic.
So yeah.
Another little question, Marek. Have you got any future plans for this? Any other?
Lots.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us a little bit about any?
Well, first of all, I really need to finish my scuttle panel because I took it off, started designing it, but I haven't finished it. So this is definitely on the list. Well, need to refurbish my wheels.
Okay, fair enough. I've got a little suggestion for you, which I think will really finish this car off.
Okay.
I think you should have a sunstrip with bluestoc.com on it.
That sounds
I
like
think
a good
that'd
plan.
look definitely a show winner then, guys. Hey.
Sure.
So yeah, thank you for joining us today,
no worries.
Marek, and coming on the club stand.
Nice chatting
Thank
with you.
So this is Mel. Welcome to the channel. This is my other half, Melissa, and this is a 2.5 Mondeo. So we thought we'd get her on the channel. Tell us about what you've done to it.
So we've done quite a bit to the car so far. I've done a full facelift conversion.
Yeah.
So it's your bumpers, your lights,
Yeah.
your boot lid, your bonnet. So quite a bit done to it.
So it basically looks like a 2014 car, but it's like an 07 plate for those that are wondering.
And then
if you do want to see any of this, by the way, it is on the YouTube channel on other videos.
Yeah.
And there are more videos to come on this actually that haven't come out yet. So
yes, there is. I've done the extension kit, so front and sides.
Maxton Design.
Maxton Design. I'm yet to get the rear, so that's on the list. We've got induction kit, plenum. A few little bits, not too much under yet, but we have got a downpipe and an intercooler to go on it yet.
We have, yes, we have. Right, Mel, what was, obviously I know what your first car was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the YouTube channel, tell us what your first car was.
My first car was a Mark 6 Fiesta.
And what was its nickname?
The Candy Cruiser.
So we'll find a picture and we'll stick it up on the screen.
Yeah.
And that was all modified up, and
yes, it was.
To be fair, she didn't want to part with it, but I think it's a back thought now you've got this beast, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
So what else would you like to do?
I would eventually like to upgrade turbo, so hybrid turbo.
That's only so she can keep up with me, by the way.
Yes, it is. We're going to have a race down the drag strip when it's done.
Right, guys, so stick in the comment section below if you want to see my Mondeo going up against Mel's Mondeo at Santa Pod, and that's Race for Pinks.
Yes, let's do it.
So obviously Mel comes to every STOC event because she's always with me, so thank you very much for your support and putting up with all the stress that I go through in organising the shows and stuff, and thank you for coming on the channel.
You're welcome.